Welcome to the future you. Understand your emotions, change your life. Your identity is made up of two layers. There is your personality layer and your emotional layer. You may be wondering, what is a personality layer? It consists of the traits that predicts a person's behavior. I have created a way of classifying your personality. Which character do you think you are? The big idea person? The authoritarian, the executive, or the humanitarian? Would you like to know more about your personality layer? Unfortunately, we will not be discussing the personality layer in the presentation today. However, it is just as important to understand the different personalities as it is to understand the different emotional characters. So please refer to www.conciergehealthnetwork.com to learn more. Here we go. Let's talk about your emotional layer. Similar to the personality layer, I have created interesting characters to help you identify who you are. So, which character do you think best fits your emotions? Are you the bomb, the judge, the reserved, or the killjoy? So, you don't think this stuff has much impact on your life, do you? Well, let's see what Masaru Emoto discovered. Pretty interesting guy. This guy, Masaru Emoto, exposed water and glasses to different words, pictures, and music. He then froze the water. He believes that emotions can change the physical structure of water. Considering your body is over 70% water, this has some remarkable implications. He took pictures of the crystals with microscopic photography. He showed that water exposed to words, speech, even thoughts would have an effect on its structure. So here are a few pictures. Pretty nice looking water there. Probably not too good looking water right there. You may be saying, no way. That's unbelievable. Is it possible? Could your body literally be altered by your emotions? Here are a few examples of the crystals formed when the water was exposed to the words, thank you. Wow, look at that water molecule. I'll have a glass of that. Thank you very much. How about the word love? A beautiful water crystal is formed here. Maybe that is why you literally glow when in love. Look at these amazing pictures. If you fill your body with water exposed to words or thoughts like, I hate you, look at how distorted and even ugly the water molecule is. Would you want to put that in your mouth and body? I don't think so. You fool. This water molecule looks like a hurricane. You probably wouldn't want that whirling around in you, would you? Now imagine the long-term effects of drinking such water. So let's see what you're going to learn today. What happens when our emotional needs are not being met? Why we reflexively react negatively, why our emotional character patterns we develop. You will learn how to control them in yourself and in others, how we manipulate others and ourselves with these patterns in order to fulfill our emotional needs. You will learn how to obtain everything you desire by controlling your emotional character. Failing to understand your emotional layer can lead to serious consequences. For these are the underlying reasons why you are stuck where you are. Can't seem to reach your goals, can't kick your habits, have health problems, struggle with relationships. This is that little thing you are missing, that thing that makes you mediocre, makes you average, makes people step back and say, what is wrong with him or her? You can do it. This is an important step in understanding who you are and how you can get to where you want to be. If you have ever wanted to become an overall better you, have the secret to success, I would like to know that. I bet you would too. Obtain your goals, kick your bad habits, have better health, have better, more meaningful relationships, then this information is critical to understand. The understanding you'll obtain will provide you with that little edge you need to succeed. This is that thing that can literally set you apart. If you can get this and apply the information in your daily life, it is what will make you unique. People will step back and say, how does he or she do it? Have you ever noticed when you first meet someone new, you set a new goal or try to change something in your life, how optimistic and positive you are, and how excited you get? For a while, you feel like you're on top of the world. This is emotional energy. You are at a high or peak emotional state at that point. So what happens? Why does that new exciting person become an old boring person? How come chasing that new goal gets tedious and old? Why do you give up on that thing you were trying to change in your life? Why? Why does your optimism fade? Why do you become lackluster? Why do the great feelings turn negative? The answer is related to your emotional layer. The above changes occur because your emotional energy is decreasing. This causes your emotional character to awaken. This is time for caution. So we've all been there. I am sure you have at one time or another asked the question, do all relationships have to get stale? Do all of our goals have to become tedious? Do your resolutions and attempts at changing things in your life all have to end in failure? There has to be answers and solutions to these challenges, doesn't there? Here is your answer. Recognize which emotional character you are and the characters of the people around you, and you can achieve anything. So, which is your emotional character? Are you the time bomb? This person explodes violently, taking the emotional energy they desire. Are you the judge? This person cross-examines others, extracting emotional energy through their admittance of guilt. You're guilty. Are you the reserved? This person withdraws within, causing people to focus their energy, to pull information out, and the reserved emotional character literally drains the energy out of people. Are you the killjoy? This person moans and complains to get other people's energies. Realize all of these patterns are reactionary. You and the people around you do not realize what they are doing. How new people and new pursuits control our emotional characters. You see, when you meet someone new or are pursuing something new, you have a lot of curiosity. Who is this new person? What is this new thing I am pursuing? You get excited, learning about the new person and new subject. You are naturally fascinated about the new person and new subject. The above reactions provide a tremendous amount of positive, emotional energy which satisfies your character and the character of the other person. So specifically, how do new relationships control your emotional character? We all love that feeling when someone is genuinely interested in us. They are focused on you. They outwardly act excited about you. They provide you with opportunities to tell your story and your stories. They are that someone that actually cares. You think, wow, this is a cool person. You like them because they are interested in you. This is like food to your emotional character. It makes you happy and content. Specifically, how new pursuits control your emotional character. We all love that feeling when we begin a new pursuit, like making a resolution or setting a new goal. The opportunity to change and improve is exciting. It is this excitement that creates an increase in our emotional energy. We are happy, at least for the time being. It is this feeling that suppresses the emotional character. You know, some people get caught up in making new resolutions and setting new goals as a way of placating their emotions. And in this pursuit, this new pursuit, they give up on their old or previous resolutions and goals. They find themselves victim to this pattern. It is as soon as they are close to achieving something, they jump ship and pursue that new shiny object. And they never reach their goals or achieve their resolutions. This is an example of falling victim to your emotional character. So do you understand what is happening? Our emotional character is happy and content when it is being fed a lot of energy. A new relationship, pursuit, resolution, or goal acts as the emotional stimulant or energy. A new person is focusing on us and learning about us. This is emotional energy. So we are so excited to be around that person. We are fulfilled with the outpouring of emotional energy. When we are involved in a new pursuit, goal, or resolution, we are learning something new. We are optimistic that this new pursuit is the answer to all of our problems. These are tremendous sources of emotional stimulation or energy. Why is it that we get bored with the same old people, old pursuits, resolution, and goals? When you are with someone you have known for a while or are still working on old pursuit, what happens? Your curiosity is gone, for you have already discovered everything about the person. You are now familiar with that new subject. Their interest fades. The person quits focusing as much on you. They are no longer pouring out exuberant amounts of energy to learn about you. You are no longer being provided with the emotional energy. Your emotional character is being drained. Like me, again, or else. When you are no longer the center of someone else's attention, when you are no longer excited by the pursuit, resolution, or goal, your emotional energy and character begin to suffer. You want that emotional energy back. Your character intuitively reacts. What's wrong? Don't you like me anymore? Pay attention to me. If you don't get the response you want, you may react more aggressively. Your character responds, "Oh yeah? Well, watch this." Still have not got your attention? You act out even more. You may even end it. "Never mind. I'm leaving now. I quit." These actions are ingrained. You are fighting to feed your emotional character. You are fighting to get back the emotional energy you want. You are in dire need of that emotional fulfillment. You need that feeling back. You need that energy. So look out. Here comes that emotional character. Here comes the time bomb, the judge, the reserved, the killjoy. These characters are how you spontaneously react. Your character is trying to restore the emotional energy lacking in your life. Here he is, the time bomb. He's going to explode. So this person is usually outgoing and friendly until one day something sets them off. Often the explosion is over nothing at all. The person simply has been in need of attention for long enough, and it is time to grab some stimulation, attention, and energy. Know anyone like this? The explosion can either be for a short one, or it can be a bunch of explosions. They can last for hours to several days. There can be aftershocks, little explosions after the big one. Eventually, the explosion is all used up and the timer is reset. However, don't get too comfortable. The timer can go off at any time. This guy here, he is the time bomb. He can be violent. He tends to be loud when the bomb is ready to go off. Tends to be abusive during the explosion, is often apologetic afterwards, though. usually tries to make amends for their violent explosions. You know you are this emotional character if you get very irritable, get mad at the world, get furious with the people around you, you get annoyed with goals and pursuits. You feel like you are literally going to explode sometimes. You quit your pursuits and or destroy your relationships when you explode. You burn the bridges. You tend to not be able to stop until there's nothing left. If this is your emotional character, if this is your pattern, it is definitely going to keep you from your good. These explosions can be hard to recover from. It is going to be critical that you learn the techniques I'm going to teach you coming up. Could you be the judge? So this person is easy to identify, for they ask a lot of condemning questions, like a judge. Their questions are focused on making you feel guilty and bad about yourself. They ask, why did you do that? What were you thinking? How did you think that was going to work out? This character feels better and energized by acting as an authority figure and forcing a confession out of someone. Their focus is to demean their subject and take their energy in the process. So this character tends to be generally a calm person. However, they tend to be critical when they are feeling neglected or in need of attention. After the interrogation, this person tends to continue to act as though they are in charge and righteous, walking around with their chest stuck out. Usually holds this confession they interrogated over your head for a while. So you know you're the emotional character of the judge if you get very critical of others and yourself. You even question yourself, like, you never really thought you could do this, did you? You knew this wouldn't work out, didn't you? It's easier to just give up, right? You really don't have time for this, do you? You may be questioning, what are you learning right now? These characters aren't real, are they? You quit your pursuits or wreck your relationships when you become condemning of the pursuit, person, or yourself. If this is your people pattern, it will keep you from having close relationships, for people will fear you, and you will self-sabotage all of your efforts to improve. It is critical you learn the techniques I will be teaching you to stop the judge. Are you the reserved? This character is a person that appears withdrawn from people. They don't willingly share information or communications. They will cause you to expend exorbitant amounts of effort to get them to respond in communications at all. They are avoiding answering questions by giving very short answers. You will find yourself asking, what's wrong? Is there anything you need or want? The longer you interact with this reserved emotional character, the more energy you will lose. They will just be extremely quiet for a long time. No matter how much people around them are enjoying themselves, this person will not participate. This person seems to always be depressed. They pull energy right out of you. You know you are the reserved emotional character if you feel an extreme lacking in need for attention. You feel as if you could just crawl in a cave and never interact with humanity again. You shut yourself down. You withdraw with a sulk. You just give up on goals, pursuits, and people and don't even try. You ignore people and projects. If this is your character, it can be very difficult to keep under control for long. The sulking and withdrawing character tends to feed upon this energy. It is critical that you learn the techniques I'm going to teach you to stop the reserved character. How about the killjoy? Could you be the killjoy? Are you the type of person, or do you know someone that is constantly complaining? They act as if the whole world is against them. They will cause you to feel guilty as if you have somehow contributed to their woes. They are the person who is always having something go wrong. Everyone else is the cause of their misfortune. Their parents, their siblings, their teacher, their spouse, they're all to blame. The killjoy. The more you interact with them, the more negative you become. Wallowing in pity is how this person and their character get attention. This person becomes your Debbie Downer. Nothing is their fault. The system is out to get them. If you get too close to this person, you will become a conspiracy believer. They always have the worst luck. So you know you are this emotional character if you find yourself always blaming. You feel like everyone is against you. You would be successful if your parents helped you. You just give up on goals, pursuits, and people because it's not your fault. You don't accomplish anything because, well, there's 100 excuses. You feel like no one likes you. So you can't have a long-term relationship. You have problems developing friendships. If this is your character, you will not be able to reach your good because you are standing in your own way. Realizing it is only half the battle. It is critical you learn the techniques coming up. So let's review. So you feel a lacking, reduced energy, feeling of being ignored, feeling of being neglected, feeling of being a failure, feeling of being insignificant, any negative feeling. And this causes your character, whether it's the bomb, the judge, the reserved, or the killjoy, to show up and take over. So what happens when your character takes over? Your character takes control as a way of dealing with lacking and weakness. It will cause you to act out in embarrassing ways. When your character takes over, it will cause you to support bad habits. For example, when you begin to feel weak, neglected, or lacking in any way, you will find your character taking over. So, what happens when your character takes over? If you are trying to improve upon something, your character will act to sabotage you. If you're trying to lose weight, your character will cause you to cheat on your diet. Your character is your excuse for your bad actions. If you're the time bomb, you will explode as a reaction to your lacking. And then you'll go eat a bowl of ice cream to calm down. If you're the judge, you'll cross-examine yourself or someone until you or they collapse in guilt. You will feel a sense of guilt, so you'll go eat a bowl of ice cream. The reserved, well, you'll withdraw inside yourself and cause others to expel a lot of effort to discover your problem. Continuing the sulk, you go get a bowl of ice cream. What if you're the killjoy? Well, you'll just complain to the extent that you feel so sorry for yourself, you'll go get a bowl of ice cream. So you can see these characters actually take over and they cause your bad actions to occur. So your character supports your weakness, whatever your weakness is, whether it is food, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, laziness, watching television, being a shopaholic. When you feel weak and your character takes over, the bad habit is the end result. So if you can beat your character, you can beat your habit. Once you understand what causes your character to take over and you address the underlying deficiencies, you can reduce the likelihood of this happening. Control your character and you can better yourself, become more successful, obtain your goals, kick your habits, have better health, have better relationships. So how do you win? Now that you know how your character operates, you can work on controlling it. It may not be easy, however, there are some great tools you can use. All right, first, you have to stop the feeling of lacking. And you can do this with affirmations, meditation. It isn't as weird as you may think. Healthy activities like walking, jogging, resistant training. Identifying and correcting physiological imbalances that make you more susceptible to your weaknesses and pattern and improve upon them. You can use acupuncture, diet, nutrition, and wellness programs. You can find more about this stuff at www.conciergehealthnetwork.com. Let's talk about affirmations. Saying things over and over again will cause your brain to express them. For example, if you look at your finger and proclaim, "My finger hurts," if you do this long enough, your finger will start to hurt. So what if you said something positive over and over again? Well, common sense tells us that it would probably be a good thing, don't you agree? So here are some great affirmation examples. Saying these things with conviction really does help. So come along and play along with me here. I am strong. I am well able. I am confident. I am successful. I have what it takes. I can do this. I am well liked. I am a happy person. I am full of energy. I have grace. I am in charge of my own happiness. I exude positivity and energy. Do this several times a day. Add your own positive affirmations. So what about meditation? It ain't what you think. So let's do a little meditation here right now. Simply close your eyes. Focus your mind on a bright light, as bright as the sun. See a beam of that light enter your body. See that light fill your entire body. Feel the energy and exhilaration of this light. Feel this light recharging you like a battery. That is it. Just do it, as they say. Do it all day long. Whenever you are feeling tired, neglected, lacking, unloved, unimportant, you can generate your own energy and feeling of well-being. Do the meditation. What about healthy activities? Exercise of any type brings you the energy you need to defeat your pattern. Being stagnant is the worst thing you can do. Simply get up and move. What about physiological imbalances? Identifying physiological imbalances. These are things that may be going wrong within your body function. These are imbalances that make you susceptible to your weaknesses and pattern. Poor thyroid, adrenal, glandular function, poor digestion, poor sugar handling, fat metabolism. Improving upon your physiology can really be the key to controlling your character. Learn more about how to identify and improve upon these things at www.conciergehealthnetwork.com. What about diet and nutrition? Your character comes out when your body is lacking. Poor diet and nutrition can be an underlying cause of your character taking over. High sugar diets, processed foods, fast foods. Eating a healthy diet like fruits and vegetables and meats and organic foods, you can reduce the power your character has over you if you have a healthy body. What about acupuncture? Studies show that when acupuncture is performed, different parts of the brain are stimulated. Your character takes advantages of your weaknesses. Acupuncture creates balance and harmony within you. Acupuncture can be a remarkable approach to maintaining and restoring the strength and integrity within your mind, body, and soul. Acupuncture alone can be a way of controlling your character. So let's say you'd like to also help other people. Once again, the best thing you can do is understand these patterns, and once you understand these patterns, you can identify them in others. Ideally, you would want to encourage them to watch this presentation. However, you can easily affect them on your own. You can knowingly help others out of their pattern, even without them knowing you are doing it. So here are some techniques you can use to help others out. If you put your focus on and provide the people around you with positive affirming statements like, "Wow, you are a strong person. You have some amazing abilities. You display incredible confidence in that situation. You are really successful at fill in the blank. You really are the type of person that has what it takes. You are the only person who could do that, fill in the blank. Wow, you are really liked. You are a happy person. Boy, aren't you full of energy? You really handled that situation with grace. You seem happy today. You exude positivity and energy. These are things you can say to people that could really keep them going and keep them supported emotionally. So here's some more techniques. What about an appropriate touch? This is a great way of transferring emotional energy. You can hug a loved one. A touch on the shoulder of a colleague or an employee. Look for things to celebrate. Look for reasons for celebrating something. This is a great way for really boosting someone's emotional energy, like birthdays and anniversaries and Secretary's Day, and most of all, Boss's Day. Be thankful. Look for reasons to say thank you. Another great way to boost somebody's emotional energy. Like the spouse is running the sweeper, thank you very much. An employee working long hours, wow, thank you for how hard you're working. A friend being there when you need them, you've got to thank that friend. How about giving people little gifts? Even the smallest little gift can be the greatest emotional energy. Buy somebody a cup of coffee. Bring souvenir back from vacation. These are ways to boost someone's emotional energy, reducing the power of their character. So here's some more techniques, like doing things, like open the door for somebody, take out the garbage. Another great thing is get outside, absorb the energy from the sun, that's awesome. Inhale fresh air, enjoy the beauty of nature. You also have to avoid negatives. Just don't watch the news. Avoid negative television programs. Don't read the newspapers. These are more ways to boost emotional energy, reducing the power of your character. And do these things daily. Every day, make sure to include as many of these things in positive activities as you can. Don't worry if it feels contrived at first, just do it. This positivity will keep the characters in their place, suppressed. You will see that ugly character less often, and you won't have to look for that next new relationship, employee, or boss. So, understanding the techniques. The more you provide yourself and the people around you with positive emotional energy through the above techniques, and the more you place your focus on them, the less likely you or the people around you will fall prey to their character. So would you like to find out even more? Go to www.conciergehealthnetwork.com.